Okay. Actually. Alright, there we go. So I think we might finish this game today. Probably. Okay. I did remember to turn on my dryer. Sweet. I think this is the last case. What do we need to do, Watson? Talk to me. Oops.
Holmes, poor little Wiggins needs our help.
Right. That poor Wiggy. Well, if we're going to talk to Wiggins, we must look the part. It's locked. What's my shittiest outfit then? Fuck. Oh well. How the hell do you unlock shit? Okay. Whoops. Spawn me looking at the exit. Sweet.
Please, gentlemen, leave the scene now. Oh, Mr. Holmes, is that you?
Good evening, Constable...
Constable Marrow. I was here with Inspector Aberline during the Ripper case, Mr. Holmes, back in '88. But then this is nothing like that case. With this one, we've got the murderer, the weapon, and the statements, which speak for themselves.
Of course, Marrow. But you know that appearances can sometimes be deceiving. Who were the victims?
The two men here, both shot. The stat fellow was Brian Vercotti, a well-known ruffian. The other, Kenneth Butler, a jeweller by trade.
You spoke of statements. You have witnesses?
Well, I was there, so I gave my own statement. And then there were two other witnesses who said they saw the killer Chapman. Mr. Turner, a gentleman who lives in that flat over there. And Polly Powell, a flower seller, who was over at the far side of the street.
So, Constable Marrow, I should be delighted to hear your testimony.
I was standing at the north side of Half Moon Street. That was the side that you came from.
But you would have been unable to observe this part of the street, where we are standing now.
That is correct. But I saw the two victims slowly enter Half Moon Street, and then shortly after, the fireworks started. A few minutes after that, the fellow Chapman rushed towards me and ran into Half Moon Street.
Please continue.
I didn't pay attention, but suddenly I heard a woman's cries and police whistles on the other side of Half Moon Street. I rushed over there and I saw the two dead bodies on the ground. When I reached Whitechapel Street, I saw Leighton Chapman. He'd been caught by two police constables.
Okay.
Did you hear the shots?
I didn't hear any shots. The fireworks were all over the sky. They were so loud I couldn't hear anything else.
What were the fireworks in honor of, Constable?
Well, today's Queen Victoria's birthday, Mr. Holmes.
Are you a Brit or not?
Yes, I appear to have lost track of the days. It is May now, of course.
Forgetting the Queen's birthday.
Constable Marrow, what else caught your attention while you were running through Half Moon Street?
I saw nothing but rats, and I took the time to light every corner with my lamp.
Did you happen to look up at Mr. Turner's window when you were on Half Moon Street at that time?
Yes, I saw that the window was open, but no one was there. It was dark in the room.
Okay.
Constable, your statements have been of great value to me.
Let's look at the dead boys.
A piece of wood that has stuck between the cobblestones. Let us take a closer look.
It's a pretty decent chunk of wood.
This shard of wood is quite new.
Snipe,
The
bro.
bullet struck his head. This man didn't stand a chance.
Guy's got jelly blood.
This is an ordinary key. I wonder what kind of door it opens. He tried to stop the bleeding with his hand. Death was not instant. The bullet penetrated his stomach.
Ugh.
A dreadful wound. A tattoo from Westgate Prison. Vicotti must have done some time there.
Is that just like a prison tat, or did they actually tattoo prisoners? Yeah, it doesn't look too happy.
Brian Vicotti suffered greatly. What a terrible way to die.
Huh. Okay. Is this gonna teleport me? Oh no, it's not. Interesting. Were London streets like covered in these scratches? Like, did the carriages do? Like, what the hell is this?
Mrs. Powell?
What do you want?
My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm assisting the police with their investigation of the crime that took place this evening.
Well, I've already gave my testimony, but very well.
You look identical to someone in this game. I can't
Could you
remember
tell
who.
us everything that you may have seen or heard?
Yes. I was selling my flowers as usual, and then the fireworks began, in honour of Queen Victoria. I enjoyed those. But then, all of a sudden, a young lad ran out of Half Moon Street and stopped just by me. He had a gun in his hand. He was like a ghost, and all covered in blood. It was dark, but I could see him, because of the flashes from the fireworks.
And then?
I screamed as loud as I could. I knew that a policeman should be on duty in the vicinity. He had no time to escape. 2 constables got him. Then another constable came out from the very same street, and I heard him talking of a horrible murder.
Mrs. Powell, did you hear the gunshots?
I'm not sure. You know, what with the fireworks?
How close were these fireworks?
Did you see anyone else leaving Half Moon Street prior to or at the time of the crime?
No, sir, I did not. Even with all the fireworks, I was very attentive, as I'm always on the lookout for customers.
Okay.
My thanks to you, Mrs. Powell.
Such a young man, and already a murderer.
Oops. God, the areas of this game are so neat.
This mirror is turned towards Half Moon Street.
Oh my god, reflections. What a fucking novel concept. Where did this game come out in 2014? We still can't get AAA games to have reflections of their characters? Oh my goodness. What an amazing discovery.
Mr. Holmes, did you see my brother at Scotland Yard? Is he all right?
I haven't seen your brother yet. Let me in.
Good evening, Mr. Turner.
I heard Constable Marrow reply to you as Mr. Holmes. Are you that detective gentleman? I've heard of you. And well, I know things about this evening.
Excellent. Might we hear your story? Could you tell us everything that you may have seen or heard?
I was already in bed when the fireworks started. A few moments after, I clearly heard 2 gunshots from outside.
Please continue.
I quickly got up and I grabbed the lamp from my nightstand and I rushed towards the window. I looked down and I saw 2 bodies. And there was a man with a gun who was standing nearby.
Where exactly?
Well, near this body.
Did he notice you?
I don't think so. He rushed towards Whitechapel Street without looking around.
God, there's so many wars you forget about. Yeah, he's poor, all right. That's why he's plenty chunky. Ah, okay. Maybe he's just tired, dog.
Mr. Turner, did you see anyone else in the street?
No, I saw no one but that man, the murderer, the fellow they caught.
Were the 2 shots you heard consecutive?
Yes, there was a very short pause between them, and they sounded different somehow. It seemed to me that the second shot was louder than the first.
That is an interesting comment.
Were the shots consecutive? Yes. There was a very long pause.
Mr. Turner, what were your actions after you stepped up to the window?
I don't
I
know.
was afraid that the man
Maybe it's
with
still
the gun
correct. It just
might
sounds weird.
return. So I stayed close to the window till I saw the policeman coming in the Half Moon from Whitechapel. Then I walked out to tell them everything I saw.
You have helped us a great deal, Mr. Turner.
Indeed. Now let me in your house. Alright, well, Turner stated that he remained near his window until Lighton was caught by the police, who came from the direction of Whitechapel High Street. Constable Marrow paid attention to Mr. Turner's window while he was running past the dead bodies. He did not observe anyone next to the window. It was dark there. Or 2 different shots. Consecutive shots. The second shot was louder than the first. Leighton Chapman is the only person who was seen entering Half Moon Street after Brian Vercotti and Kenneth Butler. He was seen standing over the dead bodies and escaping the crime scene shortly after. Turner stated that he remained at the window of his flat until the police arrived. However, this is in conflict with Merrill's statement, as the constable did not see anyone in the window. Merrill? Word, please.
It would be my
Never
pleasure
mind.
to assist you with your investigation, Mr. Holmes.
Mr. Turner, you have stated that you remained close by your window after the crime. Is that correct?
Oh, yes, Mr. Holmes. I stayed at my window until the policeman arrived to examine the dead bodies.
About Merrill's statement, though.
That is very interesting, Mr. Turner. Constable Marrow stated that he did not see anyone at the window when he was running through Half Moon Street.
Well, I think Constable Marrow and me, we might have been distracted by the whistles and shouts coming from Whitechapel.
I put
We
way
could
too
have
much
missed
sugar in
each
that
other
coffee.
somehow.
Ugh.
You understand what I mean? It was a bit of a stressful moment, to tell you the truth, sir.
Allow me to form my own theories, Mr. Turner. Would you mind showing me the view that you had from your window?
Not at all, Mr. Holmes. Please, follow me.
This limp's gonna be important, I
Mr.
guess.
Turner appears to live very modestly.
It's actually, okay, maybe it's not the best place, but it's pretty chill.
This fire is dying out. It was last tended to over an hour ago.
Burnt paper, huh?
The papers are almost entirely burned. I am unable to see what's written here. These words are illegible. The papers were thrown into the fire just a short while ago.
Anything else you would like to know, Mr. Holmes?
This is where he was looking out of. Okay.
So, that's the view Mr. Turner had when he opened the window. The dead body of Kenneth Butler. Brian Vercotti's contorted corpse. Mr. Turner had a perfect view of the crime scene. He saw the bodies clearly, and Leighton Chapman standing over them.
Interesting.
This kitchen knife is quite sharp.
Tables, sweepings. Shredded paper. Where the fuck do you see shredded paper?
There are pieces of shredded paper scattered over the table. This kitchen knife was used to cut the paper.
Oh, right. Scissors weren't invented until 1962. Forgot. What a fucking discovery, though,
The
dude.
books on this shelf are in a mess. It looks as though Mr. Turner was trying to find something in a hurry here, a short while ago.
Oh.
A perfect match. So, Mr. Turner broke his stick when it became stuck between the cobblestones. He did not mention that he was so near to the victims.
Must be a pain in the ass for your cane to break.
Mr. Turner was roused from his bed by the sound of gunshots.
He got out of bed. Probably looked out the window. He probably approached the body, broke the stick, maybe then threw something into the fire. No. No. Cut it up and then threw it in the fire? Well, no, he put this away, did that, and then he did that. Oops. Yeah, right. Yeah, no, we're wrong. We're wrong.
No, it didn't happen.
No. The cane's the last thing he would have done.
No, it didn't
What?
happen this way.
Whoops. Wait, what? about that then.
No.
What the
didn't happen
fuck?
this way.
I don't understand what the fuck is he doing over here? What is this idiot doing over here? What the fuck is he cutting?
No, it didn't happen this way.
What the fuck? I don't get it. Like, I'm not gonna bother. Yeah, he cut up paper. But where did they get paper? What the fuck is the point of cutting paper? The game doesn't tell you yet, but the game's like, go ahead and make the scene. Fucking make enormous, gigantic leaps in logic.
Whatever brings you here so late at night?
I'm interested in the case of young Leighton Chapman. He was arrested earlier this evening and accused of a double murder.
I beg your pardon? That case is quite clear to the police. Or are there any new facts that we don't know about?
Who knows, Inspector?
Look, you are free to investigate, of course, Mr. Holmes. Chapman was arrested with a revolver in his possession, which you can find in the evidence room. The suspect himself is in custody.
Did you find anything else on his person?
A few personal belongings. Nothing particular, Mr. Holmes.
Thank you, Lestrade.
So, is it like a thing in Sherlock Holmes that the police are always incompetent?
These cigarettes are filled with cheap tobacco. Nothing interesting. A cheap watch, bought with his own money, no doubt. So this is the gun that Leighton was holding when he was caught by the police. It is a Webley revolver, a reliable weapon.
Any shots? Hey, there are shots. Get the cylinder out.
It seems as though the shells were not removed from the cylinder.
There we go. I've never held a revolver before.
2 out of the 6 shells have been fired. There were 2 shots.
Turner could hear contrast between two fired shots, as in fact there's 3 shots were made. At first, a single shot was fired, and then 2 guns fired simultaneously directly afterwards. Turner could hear the contrast between two fired shots as they were made from different points in Half Moon Street. That one sounds ridiculous, so we'll do that one. Maybe he... I don't know. Let's chat.
Please escort this suspect for interrogation. Good evening, Mr. Chapman.
Who are you? I've got nothing to say. It's all a mistake.
I'm Wiggins' friend.
Calm down, Leighton. I have come here to help you. To find out if you truly are innocent, as your younger brother Wiggins has told me.
My brother? You know him? Then that means you're...
Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, blimey. All right, Mr. Holmes. I'll tell you everything.
Did you cheat on your history exam? Alright, let's see if he's lying. Dude, that's not an occasional fight scar. That's one hell of a wound, dude. Alright. Got a bit of a mean streak. Oh, he did time. So I guess this is actually they do tat you, I guess, in prison.
Good. Tell me your account of what happened.
I left my work and I hurried up to see the fireworks in Whitechapel. I was late, so I decided to cut through Half Moon Street. I saw the first fireworks light up in the sky. I bumped into a constable on a corner before entering Half Moon. Then suddenly, what with all the firework flare, I saw two men. They were both lying flat in the middle of the street. I stopped where I was. I thought about turning back to the police, but as I was thinking of that, I saw a third person. He was leaning over the body that was furthest from me. The second I saw him, he raised his head and he stared at me. In a flash, I saw his gun, but he made a dash for it instead and he escaped through Whitechapel Street.
So you might still have had time to return to the constable.
I panicked. I didn't know what to do. Anyway, I approached the bodies just to see if they were still alive. I saw that one had blood pumping out of his stomach. He was dying. It was horrible. The second one was already dead. He had a hole in his head. He was holding a gun in his hand, though. I took it, and then I followed the third man.
Interesting. Pray, continue.
I turned a corner, and I saw the man standing in the middle of the street. He seemed to be in some sort of panic. And then, Mr. Holmes, something strange happened. I told the police and they laughed at what I said, but I swear to you, my words are true. I started running towards him. But then I was blinded by a flash. It was so bright that I hardly saw anything for a good dozen seconds. But I kept running forward. As I arrived in Whitechapel, I heard a woman screaming. And then I was caught by the police. But there wasn't a trace of that man. Of course, then they found a gun and all that blood. I couldn't see the murderer escaping and all that mess. Perhaps I was still half-blinded at that moment.
A thrilling account, my young man. Leighton, are you able to describe the person whom you saw standing in Half Moon Street?
Well, I wasn't able to see his face at all. It was too dark, and he was too far away. I could see his silhouette.
And what about that?
Nothing so special. He was wearing a jacket. He was quite average in size and his weight.
I see. Was there anything else that struck you at the time?
No. But perhaps it's strange, but I can't remember the sound of his footsteps as he was running away. Perhaps it was because of the fireworks or the surprise of me seeing him.
Leighton, I confess I am puzzled. Why should a young lad like you take a gun from the hands of a dead man and set off in pursuit of a probable killer?
I know. I keep wondering that, but at the time it was like a reflex. A criminal ought to be arrested, and he was armed.
You were willing to risk your life. That was a little foolish, unless you wanted revenge.
No, Mr. Holmes. I was just being brave and stupid.
Oops, fuck. I don't know what they want me to do here, honestly.
No, Mr. Holmes. I was just being brave and stupid.
Where would... There we go.
I'm sure that you were, but I believe that you may have recognized one of the victims.
Ah, yeah.
Cotti.
They
You
both have
knew
the
that
same
gentleman
prison
well,
tattoo.
Did you not?
However could you know that?
You have a typical tattoo of the Westgate Brotherhood upon your hand. I observed exactly the same mark upon Mr. Vercotti. You came to know him from your sharing a past prison sentence. Am I correct, Mr. Chapman?
God. You're right, Mr. Holmes.
Would you tell me a little about Brian Vercotti?
We were convicted for a robbery. Once in prison, both of us joined one of these fraternities. During that year, we tried to help each other out, you know?
They have frats in
You
prison?
were quite young then, I believe.
Yes, Mr. Holmes, we were. We'd only stolen a pound of meat. After we were released, and when I saw what my little brother had become, I decided to work towards living an honest life.
And Vercotti?
He had a hard time. His sister had died in a Whitechapel dispensary while he was in prison. He had no family anymore. Our paths split. He fell back into crime.
So you lost him?
Yes. And for around 2 years, I heard no news of him at all.
We shall see you soon, young man.
Okay. Oops. 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 That was a weird one. Violent crime committed on Half Moon Street by Leighton Chapman could have had a personal motive. Okay. Fuck. Go. It's way too easy to just fucking force. Okay. The person whom Leighton Chapman describes in the statement is a figment of his own imagination created to vindicate himself. Yeah, I don't believe that. Kenneth Butler and Brian Vercotti were the victims of a double murder carried out by one person. I do believe that? The witness testimonies and the crime weapon were clearly point to one possible culprit. Well, I don't believe any of that, but I'm just gonna. I think Leighton's responsible. If he did murder someone, I don't think he's responsible for both murders. It is weird though that 2 bullets were fired from his gun, and he never mentions shooting his gun. Right? It's kind of strange how Sherlock didn't call him out on that, but whatever.
What's up with you, lad? What are you waiting for?
I'm waiting for my brother to be released.
Your brother?
The one that you caught, beat up and imprisoned.
Ah, the murderer.
He ain't killed no one, copper.
Watch your mouth, lad, else you'll be joining that worthless brother of yours.
Just a casual fucking cunt of a cop. What the hell? How the hell do I reenact this shit? Oh, here we go. Never mind. Nope, I don't want to see that because that makes no sense to me.
Mr. Holmes, did you see my brother at Scotland Yard?
Hush. I don't get what the paper thing is. Got up from bed. Then he opened the window. Well, saw it, approached the body, threw something into the fire, and cut the papers with knife. But what papers? He threw paper in the fire, but apparently he also sliced up paper. Can you decide your fucking methods? What does it matter what order he does this shit with the paper?
didn't happen.
I don't care how it happened. Just fucking let me get out of this. What does it matter when he put the fucking stick away? So much of this doesn't matter.
No, it didn't happen this way.
God, this is so boring.
No, it didn't happen this way.
It's pretty clear. He gets up. Stop it. Get this one. Oh my god. Freaking grab that one. Holy crap. You saw it. Approached the body. Took something. Cut the papers with his knife. Threw something into the fire. Fucking god. If it's not this, I don't know what it is.
No, it didn't happen this way.
Okay, how about...
No, it didn't happen this way.
Alright, I'm getting pretty close to fucking losing my mind.
No.
I don't give a fuck. I've stopped giving a shit a long fucking time ago.
Anything else you would like to know, Mr. Holmes?
The fuck up. How about that? Holy crap, you're so annoying. I don't know what to do. I don't understand what the fuck the game's trying to tell me. I'm just gonna look it up. This is actually fucking retarded. I searched chapter 6 and it's giving me chapter 4. Okay. Got it from bed. Can you please take him? God, holy shit. Open window. Approach body. Took something. Broke the stick. Yep. Didn't I do this? I've already done this sequence. And it was like, no, that's not right at all. Who gives a
So, Mr.
flying
Turner
fuck
used
when
a
you put the
book
fucking
to
cane
hide an
away?
object
Who
that he
gives a
found on
fucking
Dennis
shit
Butler's
about
body.
that?
The question is, what did he find?
What a fucking worthless step. Absolutely fucking worthless step. I didn't even press RB twice. I pressed it once.
I can see prints from greasy fingers upon the cover of this book. Let us take a closer look. Well now, what a find. A precious jewel, concealed inside a book. A bracelet with a unique ram's head design, a distinctive feature of ancient Grecian artifacts, probably of the Hellenistic era. Mr. Turner, how would it be possible for a man of advanced years, such as yourself, to rush from his bed to the window in a matter of seconds, as you have stated?
Well, I'm able to move very quickly, despite my age. And when the situation requires it, Mr. Holmes.
I feel like this game thinks that people with a limp or people with issues with their feet can only fucking army crawl their way everywhere. Because they think that it takes someone like 50 minutes to get through their fucking living room for some reason. Like, people with a limp or the use of a cane really don't move all that much slower from regular people when they're walking. But the game's like, how did you get through your small ass tiny little living room in a matter of less than a minute? It's like, yeah, Sherlock, because it's literally 10 feet away.
I highly doubt that, Mr. Turner. I observe that you suffer a severe limp due to your injured right leg.
Gotcha.
It
Yeah,
would have taken
well,
at least
if we
10
beat, we should beat
seconds
this
for
today,
you
so
to
we'll be in
approach the
Persona
window.
tomorrow.
That means you could have easily missed
Have fun with your
something or
Fueyan.
someone in Half Moon Street during that time.
Or at least try to,
You're right,
even
Mr.
if you're being,
Holmes.
even if you're being
Could have missed
forced.
something. But it did seem to me that everything happened so quickly. Oh, time can pull tricks on you.
And what of everything else that you told us? Mr. Turner, it is vital that we have your complete and true statement.
Mr. Holmes, I do assure you that the other things I said were most sincere.
Oops, I wasn't paying attention.
Mr. Holmes, I do assure you that the other things I said were most sincere.
Mr. Turner, you were not sincere with me. Not then, and not now.
But Mr. Holmes...
This, Mr. Turner, does not look like anything that a poor man might possess. It is worth more than the home that you live in.
I can explain.
No, merely correct me if I am wrong. You saw Leighton Chapman through the window, but you also noticed a glittering object on the ground, this precious jewel. You walked down and took the bracelet from the body of Kenneth Butler, and when you heard the whistles, you hurried away. That broke your walking stick. It caught fast between the cobbles. Constable Marrow was unable to see you in the window as you were climbing up the stairs on your way back to your flat. Upon returning home, you hid the precious jewel inside a book.
Mr. Holmes, please don't send me to prison. I didn't do anything bad. I'm just a poor man. When I chanced upon the bracelet, I saw it as an opportunity to make a little money. I was desperate. I only took the bracelet, that's all, I swear.
You made a mistake by lying to me. But you are not a criminal.
Yeah, he is.
That. Although I must return this bracelet to its rightful owner.
He fucking stole from a dead body. That is criminal. You're such a fucking pushover, Sherlock. Jesus. Where's Watson? Do I talk to him to reenact this? I would guess so. You'd be okay with me shooting him. Nope. I've already examined the bodies. There we go. Let's look at this one. How could you miss that hard?
I am unable to see any higher. I need to find something to lift my lamp.
What this? No, it would work.
I am unable to see any higher. I need to find something to lift my lamp.
Maybe I can't interact with anything when I'm in that mode. Yeah, just use this. Okay. Let's just steal his fucking cane. No? Okay. I've found two things that would have worked so far.
I suppose that I shall have to move my stool now.
Get on my shoulders, Wiggins.
I'll do anything to save my brother, Mr. Holmes.
Alright, we've found... Well, he'll do anything. We've found 3 solutions so far to Sherlock's problem.
It would be my pleasure to assist you with your investigation, Mr. Holmes.
Everyone wants to help you, Mr. Holmes.
I'm always wondering what's on your mind, Holmes.
He is taller than you. I have found 4 solutions that would work, Mr. Holmes. Oops.
Oh, wish this crime had never happened, Mr. Holmes.
Yeah, I wish you would never have happened. Ah, but this pole, this is the one that, this is the only one that could
This
work.
should be useful.
The only thing that could work.
This is most definitely a bullet hole. The brick cracks are fresh. Watson, there was a third shot fired in this street.
Kenneth Butler and Brian Vercotti both died of crossfire, with each of them holding a gun. One of the guns is now missing. Kenneth Butler and Brian Vercotti were victims of a double murder carried out by one person. Leighton Chapman's statement regarding the jacketed man who disappeared at Half Moon Street now seems reasonable, as the 3 shots at the crime scene prove the presence of a second gun that is now missing.
Constable Marrow, I would value your assistance in this investigation.
It would be my pleasure, Mr. Holmes.
I would like to make sure that there are no places in Half Moon Street where a man could hide while you were running through it with your lamp.
All right, Mr. Holmes, what should I do?
Take your lamp and start walking, just as you did before, and try to find me.
Understood.
Go play hide and seek. Oh my god, I'm playing as an idiot. Found you, Mr. Holmes.
I can see you very well, Mr. Holmes.
All right, Constable. Let's try again. I'll find another place to hide.
Found you, Mr.
Here
Holmes.
you are, Mr. Holmes.
All right, Constable. Let's try again. I'll find another place to hide.
Stuck.
I shouldn't look for Mr. Holmes here. He's hiding in Half Moon Street.
Holmes?
Mr. Holmes, it wasn't difficult to find you at all.
It is obvious now. No one could escape Constable Marrow's lamp while hiding in the street.
If we can assume that there was one more person in Half Moon Street at the time of the crime, there was no way forward or back for his escape, only up. Let us reenact the action, recreate the fireworks described by Leighton, and attempt to climb the wall.
Mr. Holmes, did you see my brother at Scotland Yard? Is he all right?
No, he's crying.
This mirror is turned toward...
Such a young man, and already a murderer.
I'm always wondering what's on your mind, Holmes.
Tell old Wiggins.
Oh, Vic. I think encyclopedias, right? Think to ram heads.
That is not the one I need. That is not.
There we go. These beautiful antique jewels represent a part of the Hellenistic treasures collection. Depicted are 5 heads of mountain rams upon a bracelet, necklace, and ring made each of pure gold.
Here it is. I need to continue my research in my archives.
Well, lucky for you, you're in your archives. A part of an ancient jewel set that belongs to the Hellenistic treasures collection. They have been missing from the museum since 1885. Hellenistic treasures were stolen yesterday evening while being transported by a cab on their way from the British Museum to the Glassford Fine Art Exhibition. Pawn shop owner Kenneth Butler contacted Scotland Yard that night and provided information regarding a gentleman who had attempted to sell him a collection of historical art at his pawn shop in Church Street. The police have since captured the described man, a professional thief by the name of Vincent Foley, who had been in the process of escaping London via the port. He was recognized by the surviving driver of the cab that had transported the collection of the Hellenistic treasures. Vincent Foley refused to confess as to where the remainder of the treasures were hidden. He was eventually imprisoned, though lost treasures are still to be found.
Here it is.
So Butler probably pocketed one of them?
Victims, Kenneth Butler, was involved in the story of the stolen Hellenistic treasures. A visit to his pawn shop should tell me more.
It was porn shop. Let's go. Ah, okay. I want to go in there, dude. That looks like a good old time. I've tried all the doors. What the fuck is the pawn shop? Maybe I haven't tried all the doors. There we go. That one wasn't sticking out like the rest of them.
Mr. Butler's key matches the lock perfectly. This is exactly what we need in order to imitate the flash of the fireworks.
I don't know about that, but okay.
It looks as though Mr. Butler kept a careful record of his operations. The ram's heads. This necklace belongs to the 5 Rams of Mittelin collection. Interesting. That means that Kenneth Butler owned a part of this collection all this time, 10 years after the theft.
Hello, Kenneth. I remember you once told me about 3 pieces of golden jewelry with ram heads from ancient Greece. You still got them, right? Well, good news for you. I found a man loaded with money who's crazy about those jewels. He's ready to fork out a small fortune. I can arrange a meeting with this money bag for you, but I want you to cut me in on the deal. I'll be waiting for you at the crossing of Great Alley and Half Moon Street on Sunday evening before the fireworks. Brian Vercotti. Oops. The search for the missing Hellenistic treasures could be the motive for the crime that was committed in Half Moon Street. Mr. Turner picked up the bracelet directly after the murder, but the ring is still missing. The violent crime committed in Half Moon Street by Leighton Chapman could have been a person. This sounds more likely. Leighton Chapman committed a double murder at Half Moon Street. His motive was the theft of ancient and valuable treasures, the last piece of the 5 rams of, Militane. The ring with the ram head still remains lost. Despite committing murder, Leighton is a young, albeit foolish and impressionable man. His younger brother Wiggins will be left completely alone. Leighton's sentence will be shortened. Leighton Chapman may be young, but he was already a vicious murderer who committed his crime to obtain valuable jewels. He deserves life imprisonment. How about neither of these? Leighton Chapman committed a double murder at Half Moon Street. An old and mutual enmity between Leighton Chapman and Brian Vercotti was the motive for the crime. I find both those hard to believe.
These tools are exactly what I need to climb the wall.
Lucky you.
Why are you looking at me all the time like that?
I'm just watching you, lad. I never know what to expect from people like you.
People like me?
Yes, street beggars and thieves.
I ain't a thief.
Oh, no? Then where did you get whatever it is that you're gnawing on? I very much doubt that you bought it.
What, this
What
food?
ain't seen can't hardly be stolen.
Stop fucking picking on the kid, dude. Just do your job and watch the
Constable
scene.
Marrow, Watson, I would like to perform another kind of reenactment with your help.
I'm listening, Mr. Holmes.
I want to check if Leighton's testimony can be trusted. If someone could vanish into thin air at a specific moment.
But Holmes, I don't see how.
I am going to be the mysterious gentleman whom Leighton followed. I will stand exactly where he saw him before he was blinded by the flash. Watson, you will be Leighton. When I fire the signal flare, you should start to chase me.
I understand, Holmes.
You, Constable Marrow, just play your part and do exactly as you did. Just, please, wait 5 seconds after the signal flare. I doubt that Polly Powell would have screamed any earlier.
As you say, Mr. Holmes.
Let us begin then. Catch me if you can.
And this building's shorter.
The moon illuminates this wall. Anyone trying to climb it would be easily spotted by Constable Marrow.
You're right, I'm a fool.
This wall is cast in shadow. It would be difficult to see anyone scaling it.
Dude, how fast can he climb?
I can barely see anything.
This feels really far-fetched.
Holmes? Are you there?
Because it's possible doesn't mean it happened.
Where is he? My God, a man can't just disappear like that.
Can you not hear him grunting and fucking striking a pick into
Holmes?
the wall?
Holmes, where are you?
I cannot see you, Mr. Holmes. Dr. Watson, it seems that Mr. Holmes has disappeared.
Don't worry, gentlemen, I am up here, above your heads.
How on earth did you get up there, Holmes?
I am using crampons and a climbing axe, although the person we are looking for did not leave any traces of such tools. Constable, is there any way to get to the top of this building?
Yes, Mr. Holmes, I can show you. The door to the building can be found from Whitechapel Street.
Gentlemen, I am on my way down.
Let's see if there was a rope or something.
These shards of glass are from the window above. A cluster of thick black threads. They're unusually strong. I should examine them under the microscope.
Okay. Why would he leave behind so much evidence?
It's empty. Someone broke through the window to get inside the attic, but in his haste he ripped his jacket. We can conclude that the person whom Leighton saw climbed up the wall, broke into the attic window, and escaped through the hatch.
It's a lot of evidence leave behind. A fucking, like, your whole jacket. Leighton's innocence. Leighton Chapman's statement regarding the mysterious jacketed man who participated in the shooting at Half Moon Street is proven to be true. Witness testimonies of the crime clearly point to one possible culprit. Well, at this point, right? I mean, no, we need more evidence. Toby.
Hello, Toby. All you need now is a shawl and a mop cap, and you could be Mrs. Hudson's younger sister. This is where I keep my post.
What is this?
Let us take a closer look. It is not a thread, but a hair. I very much doubt that it is human. I need to compare this sample with a human hair and a horse hair. A shaving brush is usually made from horsehair. Watson, could you please pass me your shaving brush?
Here you are.
Watson, look, what's outside the window?
Well, I don't see anything. Ouch! Holmes!
Oh, don't make such a fuss. One little hair.
I mean, it's more like horsehair.
The horsehair is thinner than the hair that we found. Human hair is significantly thinner than the black sample. So, this black hair belongs to an animal, and it is larger than a horse. A hair from a large and exotic animal.
Okay. The man who vanished from the crime scene at Half Moon Street could be a circus acrobat. He managed to scale a 30-foot-high wall in a matter of seconds. A hair from a large exotic animal was found on his discarded jacket. The person who was seen by Leighton Chapman escaped the crime scene by climbing the wall. He was a skillful acrobat. The criminal took a gun from one of the dead bodies. This is so weird. Yo, Wiggins. Need your help. You're gonna fucking bug him again?
Wiggins, my lad, what are you doing here? You'd best be leaving and be quick about it.
I've done nothing wrong. You'd learn more by watching Mr. Holmes. He knows exactly what he's doing. Not like you.
Oi, watch your tongue.
Mr. Holmes?
We have good news for you, Wiggins. The investigation has proven very interesting so far. We found facts and details that confirm your brother's innocence.
I knew it, Mr. Holmes.
But for now, Wiggins, we need your help.
Anything you like, Gov.
I need you to locate a circus that has stopped over in London. It needs to have disposed of at least one exotic animal. A very large one.
You can count on me, Mr. Holmes.
Can we just buy this guy a fucking cleaning cloth, please? At least clean off that face. Holy crap. Next morning, very early.
I do hope that those children don't get into trouble, Holmes.
Don't worry, Watson. I predict some news in 7 seconds.
Mr. Holmes, we found it. Here it is.
That was shorter than 7 seconds.
And this is a young Indian elephant, the highlight of the show.
Okay.
Duval Brothers, a well-known traveling circus that is currently stopped in London. I believe that is exactly the type of circus we are looking for. I'll pay it a visit.
Hey, you! Stop right there.
Good morning,
Well, that's
sir.
not our acrobat.
Pardon me, but why am I not allowed to walk around here?
Because it's private.
Well, I only wanted to meet the artistes.
Hmm? You're wanting to apply for... Nah, you don't look like the type of, artistic lockpicker that we're looking for.
You might be surprised.
What? Nah, I don't think so. Clear off. You're a bit slow to catch on, eh? You're a bit slow to catch on, eh?
I can just prove that I'm good at picking locks, but whatever. One of these days, this will be worth it.
Holmes, I won't be able to join you. I promised to visit a patient today.
It's all right, Watson. I think that I can handle this alone.
Ensure that your makeup disguise is suitable for entering a circus. Some facial hair, a CD suit, and a hat should work well. Ah, yes.
Stay where you are. What are you doing here, and where is Sherlock Holmes?
Calm down, Watson. Take deep breaths now. It's me.
Oh, thank God, Holmes. I can't get used to your disguises.
Thank you, Watson. That means
Not much
I
of a
am ready
disguise.
to go.
I just look like a villain now.
Who are you? What's your name?
My name is Nigel. I'm here to open the locks.
Talented, eh? Let's see. Go inside the marquee and show yourself to Charles Foley. And I'd highly advise you not to trick him. Got that?
I've got it.
Charles Foley. The man who took the fall for the thievery. Yes.
So, everything is here just as you asked. And what about the money?
Some of the barrels are wet.
Transportation issues, it couldn't be helped.
Whatever. We'll be here after midnight to pick up the supplies.
I want to be paid first.
No. You'll be paid after we make the transfer, as I said.
Right?
I hope that no one saw you. The police are on the lookout.
Of course not. I'm a professional.
Glad to hear it. Be ready for tonight, then.
Nice. Foley getting it in. Sorry.
This printing press is old, but still quite capable of printing hundreds of pages per day.
And keep rising from lambs to lions.
From lambs into lions. Those are words of encouragement and defiance. That's a picture of a contemporary gentleman wearing a Robin Hood hat. Interesting. This poster was clearly made to fire up rebellion amongst the people. There are enough posters to paste across half of London's walls.
Oops. Apparently that... And you can interact with that from a pretty far distance.
This wooden barrel is damaged. It is difficult to say what is inside. There is a spot on this barrel that was intentionally painted out. This wooden barrel is damaged. The crest of the Honourable Artillery Company. Could it be gunpowder? I need to be sure.
Yeah, it looks like
Judging by the
gunpowder.
fractions and the scent, I can confirm that it is, in fact, gunpowder.
Well,
The barrels are roughly clustered. It seems as though they were brought here in a hurry.
maybe be a bit more cautious with the gunpowder barrels.
Powder kegs, a printing press, and a great many blank papers. All of this was stolen by the Merry Men quite recently. And these poster samples. I am quite sure it is not a coincidence. The Merry Men are planning some sort of sabotage.
Stop right there. Who are you?
Are you Charles Foley?
Maybe.
They say that I can open any door.
Do they now? We'll see that lock near the chains on the table over there. Open that.
Okay. I just inspect you real quick. Well, I mean, come on, at this point, have we not confirmed the murderer? Guys. Look at him. Charles Foley wears an antique ring, the last missing piece of the 5 grams of jewel set, and also a revolver retained under his belt. It proves that Charles Foley is our mysterious jacketed man who nimbly escaped the crime scene at Half Moon Street. Yeah, that much is pretty evident. Alright, let's do this. There we go. That wasn't that hard at all. That was one of the easiest locks in the game, dude. Come on, give me a harder one.
Oh. Well, they're right. What's your name?
Nigel Shirley, from York.
Ah, Nigel from York. Never heard anything about you. How'd you hear about me?
The grapevine.
Ah, Nigel from York. Never heard anything about you. How'd you hear about me?
It's a long story. I met your brother, Vincent the Butcher Foley, in prison. He told me all about his betrayal and all about you. Before I was released, he told me that you might find a job for me one day and pay me some money for me craft.
Well, he died. 7 days ago, in prison.
I'm sorry to hear that.
That's all right. The traitor has paid the blood price for it. And you'll do the job anyway, because I need a talented lockpicker. I know just where to search for his legacy.
It's all about the Hellenistic treasures, isn't it?
Osh, you fool. Now, listen up. You'll come with us tonight, and you better mind yourself.
Us? Wait, who's coming then?
Billy, Jack and me.
And what will I get for that?
We'll share the loot. The one you seem to know about.
Right.
Wait for us at the abandoned manor house on the corner of Ladbroke Grove and Kensington Park Road at midnight.
Deal.
Just gonna let this random
Here I am
person
at
in
the
on your
manor.
crime?
Somewhere inside it are the Hellenistic treasures. This lock is quite old. It shouldn't be much of a challenge.
Do this. This looks like the most complicated lock yet. What the fuck are you talking about, Sherlock?
I need to find
I
where
love
the
those
safe
puzzles,
is
dude.
hidden
They're so much fun.
and lockpick it. This cupboard is an absolute mess. Several books have fallen from the shelves. It seems as though this cupboard can be moved. I'll give it a try. So, that's the lock I must open tonight. Let me see.
Ooh, more lockpicking. Do it. Another lock.
What a surprise. Another lock. And I won't be able to pick it.
Ah.
I recall that precious key around Foley's neck. It might prove a decent fit. I suppose they hired me to only open the first lock. Let us wait for the thieves, trap them, and find out. Let us check the thieves' possible escape routes in the event that they are caught off guard by the police from the front door.
By the way, this is why you don't introduce fucking brand new people that show up at your doorstep all of a sudden. You don't introduce them to your fucking crime plans.
The ground floor window is a perfect way to escape the police.
It's like, hello, random sir, who I have not vetted yet.
This works very well. No one will escape through this window now.
Join me in my fucking thievery of precious artifacts.
This door is a perfect means of escape in an emergency. A solid rope. This should be useful. The door is now blocked.
Broom. Oh, that's not broom, it's a...
I wonder what this old chandelier is doing on the floor. It looks as though it was poorly attached. I suppose that the thieves already tried to open the lock with this formidable hammer, but they were unsuccessful.
Did they hit the wall so hard the chandelier fell down?
Oh, that's a lovely old carpet.
Thank God.
This should be you. Now, if anyone takes the hammer, the rope will uncoil and make the chandelier fall.
No one will think that's suspicious. You got it, Holmes.
If he runs through the dining room and takes a sledgehammer to force open the door, the chandelier will knock him down. Although this window is high above the ground, it would be possible for one of the thieves to attempt to use it for their escape. This should be useful. One step on these beads, and our thief will go flying.
Down the
should
stairs,
walk carefully here,
breaking their
else
neck.
My plan will be ruined. Any thief who finds his way upstairs will roll down very quickly.
Alright, that's everything there.
This door is a perfect means of escape in an emergency. The door is now blocked. There is no ladder. If anyone falls here, he will need assistance to get out.
Breaking the Home Alone house, dude. Oh, he's just gonna jump. Oh, we make it a carpet. Gotcha.
This should...
I'm very smart.
Now, it's not an open hatch, just a nice carpet on the floor. I
Let
should
the police
walk
know about
carefully
this.
here, else my plan will be ruined. Now, if a thief runs through the kitchen, he'll pay a surprise visit to the cellar. The traps for my circus companions are all prepared. I can leave now, but I'll return later with Charles Foley and his companions.
Police! Police!
Oh god, he did die.
Stop where you are! Where are they?
Trapped, Watson, with your assistance.
How so?
You sounded just like a real Bobby, my dear fellow. You startled them into the traps.
I did?
I assure you, Watson, it was quite an entertaining show. They will not escape the house now.
You scum!
And this is the pistol used for the murder in Half Moon Street.
How'd you know about that?
Have you closed the case yet, Sherlock?
Mycroft, what are you doing here? Did you follow me?
Sherlock, it may seem that I used you, but you should be pleased to know that you have served our queen well, in this instance. So now, let us catch the big fish. But this man is not one of the merry men.
No.
Then why exactly are we here, Sherlock?
This gentleman, Charles Foley, has been involved in a double murder, and the hunter of a set of valuable antiques, the Hellenistic treasures, which disappeared in a theft many years ago.
You're no better than the coppers.
Yeah, well, I killed one of your friends. I'm making him fall down the stairs. The other guy's stuck in an endless pit.
Holmes, that is incredible. The Hellenistic treasures.
Indeed.
Nothing but trifles. Where are the merry men?
I don't know why you are asking me, Mycroft. They are yours to find.
I'll see you soon, dear brother.
Charles Foley organized the theft of the Hellenistic treasures, which was related to the double murder at Half Moon Street. Leighton Chapman was a witness to the crime. He'd be imprisoned for organizing a grand theft. Since he is not directly guilty of murder, his sentence will be shortened. Organized and executed a wicked plan of vengeance with the added theft of ancient valuable treasures. He deserves the rope.
Don't move, you...
Okay, gotcha.
What a beautiful collection of art. It was thought lost.
Alright,
One of Foley's companions. He is unconscious.
yeah, sure.
One of Foley's companions. He is unconscious.
Yeah, definitely unconscious, guys. Just knocked out. Alright, well, I guess we have to decide here and now. Let's see. This doesn't lead to anything, it seems. What does this give us? Fuck all. Gotcha. Each of them holding a gun. One of the guns is now missing. So how come... Was it just a coinkydink that Leighton's gun had 2 shots taken? I mean, this logic chart, I mean, this doesn't lead to anything. Okay, I mean, I guess there's only one right answer. Like, there's only one obviously right answer. The question is, did he kill anyone? Can we see if... Never mind, we can't. I don't like him. He seems like a dick. Condemn.
Charles Foley, you committed the crime of premeditated murder and of theft. You will be severely punished for your deeds.
You are pitiful, you Scotland Yard dog.
Save your words for the gallows. I'm sure the journalists will love them. I shall leave now, Watson. Gentlemen, please take our friends here into custody.
Where are you going?
I have unfinished business. I'll see you at Baker Street.
Be careful with the lamps. Don't bring them too close to the barrels.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Who's there?
That is of no importance. What matters is who you are and the plans that you have here.
So you can stop us from carrying them out?
Eventually, yes.
Hey, careful. You'll blow us all up.
I'm listening.
We are a group known as the Merry Men. But I suppose you knew that already. We are the men who've already lost everything of value in their lives. We are ruined shopkeepers. We are workers who were fired from their jobs, honest people who were robbed. We were forced out from our homes and thrown onto the street, and all of this in the name of the so-called law. The laws that were set out by our government. The laws that make the commoners only more vulnerable and the wealthy more protected. We are not only from the British Empire. Some of us are from the New Lands, America, Australia, and we are many. But men we are still, and we are merry for that we stopped being afraid. For those powers that be had done their best to plant the fear inside our souls, and we accepted it so easily. The fear advised us to keep our heads bowed. It prevented us from fighting. Bankers and politicians, they own our lives, our work, our bread, and they push us to compete between each other, just to see who may serve them better. But in the end, they are the few, so they are weak. They are nothing without their titles. We should not fear them. Our so-called masters should fear us instead. The time has come for our group to stand tall. Our great and many merry men. We are going to blow up the London Stock Exchange. No life shall be lost. But ownerships, debts, and property titles? They shall all be destroyed. They're only papers, after all.
God,
So
it's a
many
fucking
people
band
will
of
be freed
Redditors.
over
Holy
this
shit.
That is a radical step to take. What result do you truly expect?
Chaos. But soon people will understand that they are free, and that they don't belong to anyone. They will be able to work for themselves, together, without letting the rulers dictate what to do, and finally justice will arise.
What you are intending to do is a crime. It is not justice.
How do you see justice, then? Kids go to prison for a loaf of dry bread. And how many lords do you see punished for stealing from their people? Sending them to their deaths in mines or overseas to fight for land? Our masters wouldn't hear us. So now it's time to sing the song of the merry men. Will you let us do our duty?
When people fight the order, they are too blind to see the consequences that throw society into chaos. I shall stop your actions, but not you. Run. Now!
And no one ran away. Back to reading my book.
So, you're interested in Russian literature now?
I mean, yeah, he can only read now that he's fucking
It
deaf.
is an interesting book. I remember a few lines.
Really? I tried reading it myself, but I had a hard time understanding it.
Yes, Doctor. It's about intelligence. Sherlock, I vaguely recall one of the lines. Sometimes it takes something more than intelligence to act intelligently. There were also a few words along the lines of, pain and suffering are always inevitable for a large intelligence and a deep heart. Tell me, Doctor, does my brother show any signs of pain or suffering?
Not that I know of.
Because you see, Doctor, behind all of his masquerade, my brother does possess a deep heart. So deep that he does not recall where he places his love.
Well, I'm sure that...
His love and his duty that, in the first place, should be directed towards the Empire. For without it, we would be nothing. A country filled with uncivilized men.
And the Empire needs order and discipline. It has no room for chaos.
People who commit crimes, or at the very least intend them, deserve punishment, Sherlock. Without justice, there can be no civilization.
But we serve the truth, not justice.
Your truth, Doctor, that may prove immoral. Allowing people to terrorize London, destabilizing the whole empire.
You're talking about, I just
Terrorize
fucking...
only the powers whom you serve, Mycroft. Not I, not Watson, not Mrs. Hudson, not Wiggins.
Sherlock, the merry men are to be stopped.
Not by me. You created the merry men. Stop them yourself. Only make sure that you don't create 10 more merry men by arresting the one.
Good night, Dr. Watson.
Anything in the post, Watson?
This merry men thing seems kind of tacked on at the very end.
Only a second reminder from Mrs. Hudson about our new neighbour. She urges you to remove your...
Oh, I don't care about that.
Holmes, the lady who will be moving in shortly has requested the use of our spare room to place all of her boxes.
Wait, what? A lady?
Hey, it's pretty obvious. Charles Foley organized and executed a wicked plan of vengeance for his elder brother. It took 2 human lives and almost resulted in the life imprisonment of an innocent man. In fact, his band was hired by the Merry Men, who planned a revolution in London. In addition, he organized the theft of ancient and valuable treasures that rightfully belonged to the British. Sure, I made the unpopular moral choice. Yes, again, never mind. Hey, we're all done. Look at that. Ugh. Why are there so many Russian names? Is this a Russian game? Is this game about a British detective made by a bunch of Russians? Yeah, there's like a whole like they're all Russian names. Or at least Slavic. I would have figured it was made by like a British studio because they got all these British voice actors and everything, and it's just kind of strange seeing all these Russian names for a British property. I thought it was fun. Definitely a bit like there's some like weird leaps in logic, and there's just I say this word too many times already, but there's quite a bit there's too many red herrings that don't really get explained. Because, you know, it's not a red herring if you can explain it, but there's like, you know, all the fraudulent purchase orders for that one train one. The oh fuck. The best one was the like domestic relationship with the sailor one. That was my favorite one probably. I liked how small it was. What's this? Tasks, crimes, and punishment. Am I supposed to happen, or is it just this? I think it's just this. Yeah, so we did what? Got it all good here. Wrong, right, wrong, wrong, right. Yeah, so we got 3 out of 6. We actually 50-50'd it, dude. This one we kind of got it right. Because we knew the Mexicans did it. We just got we got the wrong method. I guess for some reason they just destroyed the mines. Like, it doesn't make any sense why they would. Even if it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna get one up on you. We're gonna destroy the mines that you bought. If you killed the entire like company and the people involved who own the mines, then you can just swoop in and buy out the mines. Then after that, right? Why destroy the mines? We were right that Blinkhorn did it. We just guessed it was a silver knife, which is ridiculous. Why it's not. The ice knife makes far less sense. No way that an ice knife can pierce bone and survive being in a hot sauna long enough. This one was nice. I like this one. You know, once you see that he's got the knife, and then you see that the person who stole the silverware just left but didn't come back into the building, kind of revealed that it wasn't anyone in the building that did it. Otherwise, they would have run back inside. So that's one of the so those 2 reasons why I chose the captain, and I got that right. Though a lot of people are against making these moral choices. Amish we got wrong because we saw that, you know, Ohio's giant brain. We saw that fuck, what was his name? Started with an A. Said that Hamish ran to him. But I guess that was just a mistake in the that was a mistake in by the writer's part. Either that or the guy was just like exaggerating. Maybe he was moving fast for Hamish. And we got that one. This one if you got this one wrong, I don't know. I don't know how you can get this one wrong. It's basically impossible. Fun game, though. Glad we played it. I kind of wish that the cases were... I don't know. There's definitely improvements to make in the writing. And the puzzles. The lock-picking puzzles were by far the best, which is good because they were also the most recurring. But some of the puzzles here over at his analysis table were really jank and just not all that interesting. But the lock picking was fun. And some of the other things were kind of fun, but I liked it. I had a good time. We're not going to jump into Persona 4 today. We're actually just going to probably end it early. because there's some things I want to take care of before I go off to work. Why do I still have these installed? I think my plan was to like play like the to check out the versions of the game where it's like, oh, everything's all chill. I think that's why I kept these installed, but this one has no purpose to be installed anymore. I know it's like half a megabyte for that game though. It's so small. Yeah, so we still have Devil May Cry in the pipeline. I want to play Last of Us Grounded Mode New Game Plus. Why are you still installed? I want to play Steins Gate 0 at some point. Do you remember Cyberpunk? I want to play Dark Souls 2 at some point as well, because I've played all of these games, including Bloodborne, on stream, but I have yet to stream Dark Souls 2. We can cap it off soon with Dark Souls 2, and we'll have streamed all the Dark Souls games. We'll have streamed Sekiro, and we'll have streamed Bloodborne. All that would be left is Demon Souls, but you know how hard it is to get your hands on the PlayStation 5. I want to play that Amori game, or Romy. What's it called? I think I add to my wish list. I didn't. Let me add that real quick. Yeah, I want to play that game. I want to play Hollow Knight. I've already beaten Hollow Knight before in the past, just not on PC. That's why I don't own it on PC. I had it on Xbox. I want to stream this again. I want to play it. Probably like maybe once they actually announce a release date for Silksong, maybe we'll play this like as like a little bit of a hype stream. But I guess that's it for now. We'll end it a little bit early just because I want to take care of a few other things. But I've had fun with it. I'm glad we played this game. We will probably play a Sherlock game sometime in the future. No plans or anything like that though. And tomorrow we'll start this and we'll play it till we'll actually beat Persona 4 Golden. We'll do it. We will do it. I promise. All right then. Later.